welcome to Kyler's Country Garden. That's right, we're not in the kitchen today because today we're going to be looking at making the fine drink known as Peppalyptus tea. That's right, now Peppalyptus tea is not a drink that has come to the Newtownabbey area where I'm currently standing. Peppalyptus tea actually has its origins in a place in the Caribbean called Barbados. Okay, a common holiday destination, but also the origin of this drink that we're going to be looking at today. Now, remember, utensils are your friend in Kyler's Country Kitchen, and it's no different in the garden, okay?
Yeah.
What I would like to show you here is the Peppalyptus plant, as you can see here. Now, this is native purely to Barbados. Okay, here we are. And what you will find is that the salt air that blows up Belfast Lough helps to grow the Peppalyptus plant. Okay, you'll find that it absorbs any moisture through a process known as osmosis and actually helps the Peppalyptus plant to grow. Now, if you come nice and close, what we're going to be using to make the Peppalyptus tea is what's called the tip of the Peppalyptus plant. Now, what you do, you can see at each of the tips there are two prongs. Now, what we do is peel those apart, and you'll be left with those brown strands in the middle. And those are the Peppalyptus tips, which will give the tea its flavour. So what we do is just take some of those and just put them into our bowl. Okay, you can see again. We just peel back the two and prick off. And there's a lot of those there. Now, this bowl that we're using is not just any bowl. This is a Peppalyptus carrier. Okay, now you can't just use any bowl because what you'll find is the Peppalyptus tips are very acidic. And you will find that they will react with a normal ceramic bowl. So you must ensure that you're using a Peppalyptus carrier. Now, I'm just going to take some of these in and move into the house. Okay. Now, if you would join me, we'll return to Kyler's Country Kitchen. Now, one thing about the Peppalyptus plant is that it goes hand in hand with coconut. What you will find in Barbados is that the Peppalyptus plants are always found at the bottom of a coconut tree. They actually feed off the roots. So coconut and Peppalyptus tips very much complement each other, and we're going to use some coconut later on in the making of the tea. Now, what you will find is you will need to boil some water. I have some water boiled here, and what we do is just drop a few of the tips into the mug, like so. Okay, and you can see them just nestling in there. Now, what you want to do is fill out roughly a third full of Peppalyptus tips. And what we then do, quite simply, is just pour into the mug itself. Now, you will have a look there, and you can see straight away the colour is starting to fill the water. And what we're using the tip of a wooden spoon, we'll just gently stir that. Now, once we let that just distill for several minutes, what we will then do, I mean, the flavours are just oozing out of the Peppalyptus tips there. They're really just sauntering their way into the water. What happens next is that we're going to add our coconut. Now, today I'm going to be using some desiccated coconut, which looks like so. This is all the way from Barbados as well. And we're just going to gently pour some of that into the tea. Now, if you don't have any desiccated coconut, it's quite difficult to come by. What you can do alternatively is get a Bounty bar and whack the chocolate off it. Just eat round the coconut and gently just dissolve it into the water, as you can see here in front of us. Now, we'll give that a gentle stir, and I mean that the flavours are really just tying together well. They're just marrying together inside the mug. Now, all we have to do now is just sieve this through into the Peppalyptus plant carrier. And as you will see, we will just knock that in through there. And there it disappears in. And then finally, all that's left to do is just pour that back into the mug. And there we have your Peppalyptus tea. From Kyler's Kitchen, that has been the series over. I hope you enjoy it. Please look out for our book, which will be coming out in October, November, ideal for Christmas presents. And do join us again next year, where we will be moving in to the whole area of starters. A very interesting course for modern day chefs. From Kyler's Country Kitchen, that's been it. Thank you.